the following. I'm watching your uh I'm watching your recap from last night. Right, my recap on the Xbox, Starfield, Ubisoft Forward, and Capcom Showcase event that is now live on DSP Reacts if you want to give it a look. I want to shed some light on why Assassin's Creed Nexus even exists. So, the MetaQuest 2, which was the VR headset that they showed in the Ubisoft Forward showcase, is actually currently the most popular VR headset. It's only selling for $299 US. According to reports, nearly 20 million Quest headsets have been sold, okay? I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I hear shit like that, I don't believe it at all. I just don't. It sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me. Where are those reports coming from? The fucking Facebook Meta people? 2 million people own the MetaQuest VR headset. Really? Now, honest question for everyone here on my stream. Right now we have around 350 people on stream. And also we're going to have all the people who are watching on demand. Hundreds, if not more, over time. Honest question. Today is June 14th, 2023. How many of you own a MetaQuest? Okay? Probably none. Or almost none. Correct? Now, I want you to think of it again. Ready? Honest question. How many people do you know in person? Maybe a friend, a family member, who owns a MetaQuest? Okay? So I'm willing to bet just those two questions. 98% of my viewer base is going to say, no, I don't know anyone, I don't have one. Okay? How do they sell 20 million units exactly if no one has one? Don't you love these fucking statistics? Because it's all bullshit. How much you want to bet that 20 million headsets been sold means 20 million headsets were manufactured and sold wholesale to retailers who are going to sell them eventually. It's not a consumer actually went and bought the fucking headset off the shelf. It's sitting somewhere in inventory hoping someone will eventually buy it, and they consider that as a sale. It's the same thing with the Game Pass bullshit. And listen, I love Xbox Game Pass, but it's got to be called out here. Just because someone has Game Pass and downloads a game doesn't mean they bought it. But they count it as a sale. That's not a sale. No one actively said, I will spend to play. That's a purchase. A purchase is not a download. It's an actual spending of something. But they count downloads on Game Pass as a sale when it's not. It's the same thing with this bullshit. No, there was not 20 million fucking MetaQuest 2s sold. There's not 20 million people who have it in their house. Who the fuck has this thing? Do you know a single person? No. Almost no one can say yes. It's bullshit. They're absolutely positively messing with the numbers to make people sound like this thing is big. The truth is that Meta, or Facebook, is on a massive decline. Take a look at their actual financials. They're going like this. This company is tanking. Facebook has lost prominence, which is why they rebranded as Meta, and Meta is failing. This is not a company that is successful. It's successful because Facebook was so big and they made so much money at the time that they're a big, giant conglomerate, but everything that they're trying to do in the modern era is failing. Okay? So enough with this bullshit. Oh yeah, there's 20 million MetaQuests out there. Yeah, they're fucking sitting around collecting dust. No one fucking has this thing. Okay? So let's just get that clear. I don't care about the bullshit numbers they like to pull out of their ass, these PR people and marketing people. Oh, we sold 20 million. Yeah, it's fucking sitting on a shelf, a fucking Walmart shelf in a warehouse in fucking Toledo, and no one's buying it. It's just sitting there and it's going to collect dust. Now, continuing on. With the VR port of Resident Evil 4 becoming the fastest selling game on the MetaQuest, that I would believe. That I absolutely would believe. It's probably the only game people are playing on the damn thing, honestly. It makes sense that Ubisoft is going to try to cash in, but I do think that this game is going to reek of like a 2018 VR game, but if Ubisoft does well, it could lead to more AAA devs looking into the medium and innovating with it. With you saying only rich players can play it, I want to keep the view of someone deep into the VR side of gaming. All right, fair enough. I'll admit, I was completely uneducated. It doesn't sound like the MetaQuest is expensive. It sounds like this is the low-end one. This is the low-end VR device, correct? If you want to get into VR and you don't want to fucking take out a mortgage in order to afford it, this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to get the MetaQuest Pro or MetaQuest 2 or whatever the hell it's called. So fair enough. I was uneducated on that front. I thought that it was a more expensive headset. Now, I think you have this mixed up with MetaQuest Pro. That's a high-end version That's overkill for VR gaming. With each passing year, VR is getting more accessible. It can lead to big innovations in the gaming world. It's never going to replace flat screen gaming, but it's a nice alternative. Thank you for taking the time to read this. The thing that gets me about VR is, did you actually see in the Ubisoft Forward event? I'll be honest, I actually thought it was a very accurate representation of how VR is. It showed a guy by himself in a huge living room with nothing around him to hinder his gameplay, playing Assassin's Creed VR. Or what's it called? Assassin's Creed Nexus, I think was the name of it. So just think about that. If I want to play VR, get the fuck out of my house. Because I can't have any distractions. We can't have anything in the way. We can't have anything to accidentally track. You can't even be in the room watching me play VR. I want you on the other side of my house, locked away in a closet. So I can play VR in my living room and I don't get anything interrupting my gameplay experience. Because if you're even remotely near the fucking thing, it's going to malfunction, right? And I need a giant room. In fact, I'm going to rent out a concert hall to play VR so I have the biggest amount of surface space that I can use and track it properly. Like, that's VR. In a nutshell, it's ridiculous that all these, remember the fucking Kinect? Oh my God. And now VR, these VR devices, that's not gaming. Gaming is you come home from school or work and you want to escape from this reality. And you want to just sit down and relax and unwind with a game that has some entertainment value. And whether that means it's difficulty, whether that means that it's just chill vibes, whether that means it's a good narrative or a grindy style of gameplay that's addictive, whatever it's an online experience where you team up with a bunch of your buddies and you have a fun social experience, whatever that may be, it's supposed to be your home. Man, I'm exhausted. What a day I had, honey. I just want to come home and sit down and plop down and say, oh, it's time to relax with some video games. Here we go. It's not supposed to be, oh, I want to come home and play some video games. Clear the fucking house. Here we go. Let me get this giant intrusive fucking Geordie visor on from fucking Star Trek The Next Generation. Get on my eyes. And now I got to get fucking 400 peripherals, tape them to my body, and get these motion controls and clear the vases out of the room just in case I get a little bit worked up. And here we go. I'm going to play some fucking video games today now, motherfucker. It's like, no, that's not gaming. That's a fucking science experiment. You do that in a lab somewhere. You don't fucking do that at home and enjoy it. It's stupid. I had VR, and the gimmick died out for me. Within, like, 2 months, I was like, this is stupid. I'm getting sick to my stomach. My face is sweating profusely. I can't even talk with my stream when I play this game. I'm trying to play it, and it's not reacting properly because I don't have a giant fucking warehouse I'm doing it in. This is stupid shit. Okay? One day, perhaps VR will be a prominent kind of gaming. Here we are over 10 years into all the mainstream gaming media claiming that VR would change the future, and it's still a tiny little niche thing. So, we ain't there, all right? Thank you for the tip. Thank you for educating me on the MetaQuest, because I did not know that, and I appreciate you calling me out when I'm wrong on stuff. But I don't think anyone's going to dispute the fact that VR is absolutely, positively, a tiny little piece of the gaming space at this point, right? Okay.